Welcome back, and still talking with our guest today about the Isaac International Organization based in Egypt, and we are joined with a new member now, Naveen.
Ala, thank you for joining us, and Ala have just joined us. Ala is the Congress Committee President at Isaac. Thank you for being with us today, Ala. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ala, you will be organizing for Middle East Africa Exchange Conference in April, right?
Sure.
Would you tell me more about the organization and preparations for this conference? You're going to be the organizer for this conference, right?
Sure.
Right.
So I'm not the only organizer. I'm just privileged to be part of a team of 20 individuals that will be delivering the conference. All the diverse skills that you can imagine are in the team in order to cater this kind of experience from people all over the world.
Right.
So the objective of the conference is that, as we've talked previously about how Isaac wants to develop youth by allowing exchange experiences, it wants to develop exchange in the Africa region. So because we've sent a lot of change agents abroad in India and in Brazil and in Turkey, in Europe, all of these places. However, we haven't developed as much as we want in the Africa region. So with the aim of this conference is for us to enhance the relations that we have with African countries such as Kenya, Uganda, all of these places, so that we can send the Egyptian youth not only impacting places in Europe and Latin America and Asia, but as well in the whole African continent.
Right.
Well, Lisa, do you face a certain kind of obstacles in your work? So tell us more about this.
I mean, obstacles for me, it's a specific obstacle because obviously it's a language. I speak Arabic, and that's just like, this is mainly, especially when it comes to external relations and especially when it comes to partners, this is one of the biggest obstacles. But fortunately, I got used to it meanwhile, and fortunately, just like I'm also able to work around and just like to speak slowly, to adapt my vocabulary, to just like to be also very patient, and these are the things that I definitely practice in order to communicate and also just like to work properly with the ones here.
Right. Well, Karim, we have here some of the videos. Would you like to comment on this video and tell us what's it all about?
Okay, at this point in the video, they are talking about our values, because as an organization, we have to have values to abide by. So in ISIC, we have 6 values. Actually, I can mention 2 and everyone can mention 2. The first 2 values are activating leadership and demonstrating integrity. As an organization, we believe in leadership, and to actually be a fully integral organization, we have to abide by the second value that I said, which is demonstrating integrity.
Right, go ahead.
Yeah, 2 other values are acting sustainably and living diversity. So we believe that we should be having eye on the landscape for other generations to come. So we think of the other people and how they can move forward and build a path for them. And as well, living diversity, which means that we as an organization, we are very open to any kind of nationality and any kind of race. We do not discriminate between any gender or any kind of passport.
Okay, Lisa, how long a member of an Isaac should stay in the Isaac organization? And there is a certain timing that he's a graduate of this organization?
Yeah, so that's a very interesting question, because we as the national boards and also just like in the local chapters, we were discussing it a lot. Is there a minimum time actually a member can be in our organization to just like to practice and also just like to be these values, or is it just the intensity of the experience, or just like makes it the people who are making who are developing this person? Just like, this is something that we are pretty torn of, but we would say just like, and also the person who's working with us on the national board and for HR, we are just like all on the same page that just like basically you should need 3 months in the organization, because otherwise you cannot develop how we actually would like to see it from the organization wise. Obviously short as possible if it's more intense experience, but 3 months more or less is a decent amount. But obviously, I mean, I'm here since 6 years. I don't know how much the others or it's like how long the others are there. There's always something to learn, and there's always something to get more out of.
Some unlimited.
Absolutely. It's a huge playground.
Right. Well, Ala, would you tell me how such organizations and your membership in those organizations can help or contribute, I mean, to promoting tourism in Egypt? Do you have any activities related to this?
We actually have one of our main 4 projects called Explore, which is about, I wouldn't say reviving the economic case that we have in Egypt and the tourism sector, but at least playing a role in how to enhance it. And this project is from 1 month to 2 months. What we do is that all different nationalities, they come and they go around Egypt from places in Sinai, Sharm el-Sheikh, and Dahab, to Marsa Alam, to Alexandria, and visit from south to from north to south, Luxor and Aswan. All of these places are visited, and the internationals, they develop content and develop media, so they can either publish it on their own social networks or bring it back home with them, so they can also market for the country that they've been exploring for the past couple of weeks. So this is one of the main projects that we have, and we're very keen on delivering beautiful experiences for the internationals that we have, because this is truly the project that is putting a spotlight on the country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Karim, what was your intentions when you joined the ISEC organization, and how did you get to know about it?
I got to know about ISEC from one of my friends. He told me that it's a very, very good place if you want to develop, if you want to learn something new each and every day. So this is how I joined ISEC. When I firstly joined ISEC, I didn't have any intentions, but then after I joined and after I saw how people change lives, I know it's a bit cliche, but they actually do change lives by providing exchanges each and every period. It's really amazing.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, Lisa, are there any specific plans or specific events that you're going to be organizing here in Egypt that you would like to tell us more about?
Yes, absolutely. So next to the MIA XIDS, which is going to happen in the beginning, or just like the first weekend of April, there's going to be, especially for the alumni, I don't know, there are a lot of alumni actually in ISEC in Egypt and also just like on the African continent, and there's going to be an alumni congress, which is going to be from the 7th to the 9th of April. Registrations will be open by the, when is the second round open again?
The second round will be open in the 1st of March to the 5th of March, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is when the registration will be open for the alumni.
Exactly. And so this is basically, it's gonna be an ISEC conference, definitely, but not just like so the main purpose is not to get the latest updates and to get all updates about the Congress or just like about the organization right now. It's mainly just like, how can I use the skill set that I actually learned and gained in ISEC? How can I use this right now in my workplace? So it's just like, yes, it's absolutely connected with ISEC, but more just like what I'm doing with it after my ISEC experience. And the second event will be the so-called You Speak Forum at the 6th of May, which is going to be hopefully at Greek Campus. And tickets are going to be available very, very soon. But if anyone needs some information, You Speak Movement/Egypt on Facebook, and all the information are going to be listed there.
But would you like to tell us more about You Speak Movement?
Yeah, so the You Speak Movement, or just like the You Speak Forum, is ISEC in Egypt in general, or just like ISEC is working with the so-called Sustainable Development Goals. And each and every single country, so we had a survey, and this survey basically listed what are the issues and what are the most pressuring issues that we have to tackle in our specific country. And for Egypt, this is no poverty, gender inequality, and education inequality. So we are working on these 3 SDGs in this forum, and people from corporates, from startups, from NGOs, from developing institutions coming together with the youth here in Egypt, and are going to work for projects that are against one of these problems.
So one of the informations maybe I didn't get during the conversation is this a profit organization or a non-profit organization?
Non-profit.
Non-profit organization.
Non-profit.
Okay. And Alaa, are you one of the members that you have plans to travel abroad after working in ISEC, or you're going to be based here in Egypt?
So I joined ISEC initially so that I can travel abroad, but I kind of stumbled in other developing opportunities. But I was in the organization for the past 4 years, and by the end of my last experience as part of the national board, I decided to go on exchange to Kenya, and this was my first exchange experience with ISEC. The other opportunities that I traveled abroad with was just something regarding the role that I was in.
Right. Well, Karim, would you tell us more about your plans for this year through your work in Isaac? What are you planning to do? Are there any special activities or events you're planning to work on?
Okay, basically what I'm doing right now in Isaac, alongside with Ala, that we are organizing the conference that's going to be held in April. My role ends actually in April, but there's actually another opportunity that's going to be in 2018. Back in 2013, we had an international congress. Each and every year in ISIC, we have a conference for all the ISIC like entities in the world to come to one place, just to share information, to have sessions, so on and so forth. And this year, actually, the conference is going to be, next year, I'm sorry, is going to be held here in Egypt, one more time after 2013. But this is a so important opportunity that I'm looking forward to apply for.
Okay, Lisa, your personal plans, are you going to continue living here in Egypt, or you have another plan to be based in another country?
So after 2 years, I'd like to go back. I'm not sure if I want to go back to Germany or if I want to go back to Europe, but definitely I'd like to go back to Europe. I'd like to do my master's. So I graduated in 2015 with my bachelor's, and now it's definitely time. Now I know what I would like to do, and I'm applying right now everywhere in Europe for my master's studies.
Right. Ala, from your place here, what message would you like to give to the youth in Egypt and also around the world? What is a very special message that you would like to deliver to the youth?
I believe there's a very special message is that in university you would find your place around so much intelligence and so much wisdom, but you wouldn't find as much place for practical experiences. And that in a whole is what Isaac is there for. Isaac is there to house any kind of practical experience that you wish to learn. So the message would be have university for wisdom and have Isaac for practical experience.
And Karim, what are your personal plans after Isaac?
My personal plans is to work in a multinational. I basically joined Isaac because I knew it gives you experience and practical experience, as Ala said, to join multinationals after. So my plan is to join multinational and apply actually the management and leadership skills that I gained from Isaac in my work.
Right. So, well, Lisa, Karim, and Ala, thank you very much for joining us today, and it was a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure is ours.
For a pleasure for us, yeah.
And dear viewers, we now go for this short break, and we'll be right back to resume the rest of the segments of the breakfast show.